All right, what's going on, guys? Dr. Matt here, host of the HYROX Live podcast. Got another special guest on today from across the world, Tuğçe. What's going on? How you doing? Glad to have you.
Hi, Matt. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am really proud to be here today. Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
thank
I'm
you so
very
much.
excited, by the way.
Thank you. We practiced off air, Tuğçe. So I'll give you a quick background for the people who don't know you. So you are on the European Register of Exercise Professionals. You have your L3 with that, which I want to ask you about that in a second. You have your engineering degree from
Boğaziçi
Boğaziçi
University. Yeah.
University. You're on the Nike Training Istanbul team for 2026. Super cool. You in 2026 competed and got a silver medal in the PR3 adaptive class in the indoor rowing competition. Uh, I mean, the CrossFit Open is right now, but you also went to CrossFit semifinals 2025 in the Adapt division and hoping to make a repeat or beyond this year.
Actually, I made it to semifinals in the last year. This year, I am Open just started, so we are gonna
Sure.
see. Yes.
Sure. We'll see what happens this year. We'll see what happens
Yes.
this year. Um, so before we get into too much into the podcast, obviously some of these certifications are different from what we have in the U.S. But can you describe to me what the European Register of Exercise Professionals is?
Actually, it's like being an instructor, not a personal trainer, but instructor. I got the base information for being a personal trainer there. Now, actually, I am training for NASM CPT because I have my plans for the future, and I'm trying to develop myself deeply in the yes training.
Very cool. Okay, awesome. And then you have your engineering degree, which is obviously very high level. I have a few engineering friends myself, very smart. So it's cool that you can take like that part of your brain, and also there's probably some carryover into training as well too.
By
Um,
the way, being analytic is very important in sports, and I am using this skill in so much, especially as a adaptive athlete.
Definitely. Um, and then you're on the Nike training team. So how did that come about?
Actually, I am using my Instagram so much, and I think I impressed them.
Oh,
So
really? Yeah.
yes, so we started our communication, and with this year, the relationship in between the company and me, brand and me, increased. So here we are.
There we go. All right. Um, and then tell me about this rowing competition, the PR3, the adaptive class. I saw some videos of it. It looks really cool. And also, like, we don't really have anything like that in the US, like, as far as like a specific body for rowing.
Actually, there's a world rowing indoor rowing competition. You can compete from anywhere. Just you have to have a concept to rower because they are using it. And I know that there's a software you are uploading to the machine so that they can see your degree, and they can list you on the leaderboard. Not specifically you should have on your country, but you can compete from anywhere. But this is Turkey specific competition. But in the last week, they had world rowing.
Gotcha. Very cool. I did not know that. That's awesome.
And you can
Um,
compete from anywhere. Also, they
very
have
cool.
not only young competitors, but also have masters there too.
Gotcha. Okay, really cool.
Yeah.
And then the last piece of that is in the CrossFit. So you did very well last year with CrossFit. And we just had our first open workout. How'd you do so far?
It was very not quad friendly and not shoulder friendly
Fair.
because very high volume with wall balls and box jump overs. But I tried twice, and the second one was better. I'm hoping to. I believe I'm gonna made it to semifinals, but hoping to go finals this year.
Perfect. Awesome. Love that. All right, so we'll get into some of the rapid fire questions next. Relating to HYROX, and we talked a little bit off air as far as your HYROX competitions. You're competing just regular HYROX, not adaptive. What is it? Which is awesome, which is really cool. What is your favorite station in HYROX?
Sled push.
All right, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
sled push. I love. I love challenges. So sled push. I love. Really, really love.
Very cool. What is your least favorite station?
Wall balls.
All right. So this first CrossFit Open workout was not your favorite then.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, do you have a favorite pre-race like snack or anything you eat before competition?
Actually, I prefer competing with empty stomach to prevent cramps. So I eat 4 hours before the race, usual breakfast like 45, but also it's important the time. If it's in the morning, the competition, if in the morning, then I am not eating anything.
Gotcha, gotcha. You don't want to upset your stomach.
Yes, yes, yes,
Fair enough. And that's what's tricky about Hyrox is sometimes you don't know what time you're competing. Well, you
yes.
know, but it's variable. It could be the morning, could be afternoon, could be evening.
Yes, yes. But before our race, a couple of days ago, they announced the schedule. I don't know if it's maybe in US, but here they announced the schedule. So I know what to do in the specific day.
Cool, cool. Do you have a for music, do you have a favorite like song or pump up track that's your for training or the race right now?
Actually, as a 19th kid, I'm going with Eminem and Till I
Nice.
Collapse. Yes. Till I Collapse is my favorite. It's never gets old.
That's a great one. That's a great pump up song. I love that.
Yes.
Eminem till I collapse.
Yeah. Also, getting PRs with the song is amazing.
True, true. All right, so this is more of a an analytical question or more of like a an up in the air question, but if you had one word to describe that what your racing style is like, what would you say?
I can say that I am relentless.
Nice.
Yeah, I never stop, and yes,
Love that. That's great. It's a
yes,
great way to
great.
race. That's a great way to race. All right, so next I want to kind of talk about how you even got into the sport of high rocks itself. How did you find it? How did you get into it?
Actually, I was already familiar with the movements, and I always loved running. So I wanted to push my limits and challenge my endurance. And what really drew me in was that it brings together people from different disciplines like strength training, triathletes, crossfitters, and all training side by side. So that diversity, and shared energy is something truly special. So I wanted to give it a go.
Very cool. And you said you were big into running before you got into it?
Sorry, can you
Yeah.
repeat?
Yeah. You were a runner before you got into it?
Uh, I can't say runner because I used to do weightlifting and running together. But after CrossFit, I couldn't run that much, However, I really love, so it was also a chance for me to run again with a good volume.
Fair enough.
So I added to my schedule again. So this was fun.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, prior when you were youth or like high school or school, did you have any sports that you played or anything like that?
Actually, no, because when I was, studying, my priority was being a high level degree in companies. However, right now I am trying to be a really good athlete. Actually, I started doing sports with the COVID. Very common nowadays. However, this is where I started. So, not. I was like 6 years ago I started.
Very cool. All right. Um, that's and uh, brings me to my next question. As far as in Turkey, where you're at right now, I think I mentioned that already. But how big is the sport of high rocks in general in Turkey?
Actually, I think it become quite big, especially after the competition, because the community is growing rapidly with more and more people, training specifically for HYROX, and also after the competition, the HYROX affiliates gyms also increasing, and one of the main reasons is that there are no highly complex movements like CrossFit, because in CrossFit people tend to give up, but HYROX it feels more accessible and while still being extremely challenging, and it's getting bigger.
Totally, totally. That's cool. It seems like it's getting bigger everywhere.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, totally.
That's awesome. And so, when was your first race that you did with it?
My first race was on 13th February, a couple of weeks ago. For
Nice.
HYROX specific, yes. It
That's
was
awesome.
it was the first time that HYROX came to my country,
Gotcha.
and second one will be in summer, I believe.
Cool. What is that going to be in Turkey as well?
Yeah, in Turkey. Yes, it's in Turkey. Haven't decided yet where and which month, but it's like in the summer. I assume that it's gonna be in the summer.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, so talking about competing a little bit. So I know we talked a little bit already about adaptive versus not adaptive. What made you make the choice to be like, hey, I'm not gonna go adaptive. I'm just gonna go just general competition, open competition.
Actually, for example, especially like not especially, but in CrossFit, except CrossFit Games, I'm competing with the standard athletes too. Also there's a misconception about adaptive athletes, and because we are training hard, we give our everything, and we have a saying like that, scaling is not adapting, which exactly why actually competing alongside with the standard athletes. Like I wanna give an example here, not example, but what happened. Um, After I registered in a doubles mix category, I received an email from the HYROX team about what adaptive athletes can't do at certain stations and what limitations we have. And my first reaction was, wait, I didn't register here, and what do you mean? I asked for it, and they realized that I can do anything because I sharing my videos and doing stations. So they adjusted my category. However, I really stuck with the question that what can't you do? That's the wrong approach, because this is not the first time I received faced with this approach. In CrossFit, I also share this kind of, I experienced these kind of approaches, and it only puts the focus on limitations, as if adaptive athletes are defined by what they can't do, and instead it should be like, how do you do it, and how we can support you for you to perform, because adaptive means not it is not, for example, okay, how can I say that, adaptive means actually doing a challenge with different perspective, and I can do my own. Okay, I can do wall balls, but I am using only one hand, but I can still do it. Or maybe I'm doing farmer's carry, I am using apparat for my left hand, and then I can do all the things. So why should I do adaptive if I can do in the standard way? So this is the thing that I'm choosing, competing with the standard athletes.
That's awesome. I love that. A couple things you said there that I really love. It's not about what you can't do. It's like, all right, let me figure out a way how I can do this. Or this is more of an event or a competition or a celebration of like how what am I capable of? What things am I capable of? Which is really cool. Um, and I think I going back to it, I think for you, this is my take. Your engineering brain, I think, is like problem solving. Like, how can I
Yes.
make this work? How can I figure this out? Separate question. Have you, I know you mentioned, what was the strap that you use for farmer's carries?
Actually, it's very basic. I am using a fabric belt from my shorts. I just made a, how can I say, yeah, it's just a, belt, but it's fabric. Yes,
Um,
so
are the,
easy.
are those, are those common or is that something you invented on your own?
Actually, I invented my own in my own, but when I look for the adaptive athletes in my division, they're also using something like that. The important thing is that it should be not it should be thick, and if you increase the weight, it should stay in the same length. It shouldn't be elastic. A couple of things like that is important, but rest is okay. You can choose whatever, whatever you want.
Did you have to kind of go through a few different like prototypes or like different materials to kind of figure out what worked the best for that?
Yes, actually, I used different things, but one of them was broken. I'm gonna say broken, yes, because in the cleans, power cleans. But for example, I'm using different apparatus. For example, when I'm doing pull-ups, toes to bar kind of stuff, there's a pull-up strap button. Again, it's fabric, but more how can I say more it has more safety, I can say
Okay.
in this
Okay.
way, yes, but again, it's fabric.
Yeah. Yeah. When you say more safety, does that mean you've used something in the past that's broken on you?
Yes, but luckily not doing pull-ups. Yes, yes. There's a broken approach for me. Like it was when I was doing pull-ups. Not, no, pardon. Sorry. Doing power cleans.
Okay. So you just
Yes.
dropped the bar and you're like, okay,
Yes.
that didn't work.
When I was doing, I was increasing weights. It was an IMOM Metcon,
Okay.
and suddenly the clean went through, but I went back. It was an interesting and a little bit scary moment.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, with the cleans, you always it's when it comes back at you, it's not that's not fun.
Yes, yes.
Um No, that's really cool. Yeah, just from your Instagram, obviously, and like watching some of the videos that you're doing, like it's really cool what you've been able to accomplish with a lot of those movements and what you're using with the fabric and everything. So nice job, good work. Um, uh, any other differences in maybe like your programming for what you're doing for HYROX mostly, but also maybe CrossFit based?
Yeah, maybe I can say maybe not just CrossFit based, but movement based. There's a key things that I focus on because of the imbalances. Actually, I use unilateral movements. They are very key to me because also core work is very important. Again, because of the imbalances. For example, doing strict pull-ups and secures, my left arm uses the pattern of, it's very technical by the way, but straight arm pull down pattern. So I am using in my strength training, I am using this straight arm pull down movement very much. This is very important for my left side. Also core work because of the because for example my left core, I use my left core so much to how can I say? I couldn't find the word, but I think you understand. I hope.
Compensate
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Compensate. Yes. Compensate my left arm. However, my right arm very strong, so my right core is not that strong. You can
Gotcha.
see from the also the hypertrophic side. You can also see the differences.
So you're always trying to work on balancing those out.
Yes, and unilateral movements very important.
Gotcha. Very cool. Yeah, I think you might have already answered. I had another question for you on that. But are there any other common misconceptions about people who do the adaptive athletes or people who do the adaptive competitions?
Yeah, I think I have a couple of things to say. Actually, one of the biggest misconceptions about adaptive athletes is that like the approach, it's like we should be pitied or seen doing it like for charity, and sometimes because there are fewer adaptive athletes. People assume we need extra encouragement or special treatment, but no, they shouldn't forget that we are really training hard, and sometimes we are doing some things better than anyone. So I think this is the important point.
Very cool. I like that. That's awesome. Next question on that. What motivates you personally? Why get into fitness? Why get into HYROX? What does this mean to you? What does competition mean to you? What motivates you?
um,
A
my
deep
dreams.
question.
My dreams. Actually thinking about reaching them, realizing everything I already achieved so far, and having the instinct to discover what more I'm capable of. I think this is the thing that motivating me. I think people always say that discipline is more important than motivation, but there should be something that motivates you to be disciplined, and I think this is my dreams.
Very cool. Love that. Um, have you another question on adaptive? Have you worked with other adaptive athletes, being like maybe because you have your coaching background? Have you helped others, or even like as teammates or anything like that?
Actually, I am training to be coach right now. Not I'm not in that level for now. I don't see that me. I am okay. I couldn't speak. Sorry about that.
You're
Okay.
good.
But actually, I've never trained with an adaptive athlete too, because in my sport, I am the only one, first and only one in Turkey right now. But I have my plans to help others, and also, create a community, but not for now.
That's cool. But down the road in the future.
Yeah, in the future, yes.
Cool. Um, and I know you said you're the only one that you know of in Turkey right now. Have you seen worldwide? Has the sport has it grown for more adaptive athletes?
Yes, especially in Spain and US, there are so many adaptive athletes, and also in France. There are so many, and they are doing it for so long time. I've been doing CrossFit for 2.5 years, and they've been doing it like more than 5 to 10 years, and it's very impressive. And also, actually, I am proud to be the one that holding the flag. So maybe I can open doors for other athletes in here, Turkey too, because people tend to scare, as I mentioned before. However, seeing someone doing the things that people scare motivates people, inspires people. So this is why I'm trying to use social media effectively too, because not only adaptive athletes, but also the people scared to, again I'm saying that, scared to do sports, maybe some people scared to be, especially women, bigger, sees me and says that, oh my god, you are doing it great and I want to be like you. Or I'm getting so many messages like that.
That's
And
cool.
yes, this is it.
What would you say the biggest sports are in Turkey right now? Soccer or football?
Maybe football, but in yeah, football very big right now. Also, basketball is too, I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but for people like us, I think
Yeah,
running is very, they people choose running very much.
sure, sure. So
Yes.
it's an easy transition if you're like if you already like running, try HYROX. There's a lot of running
Yes,
in HYROX.
yes, yes. But a little, they should add a little bit, strength training.
Totally, totally, absolutely. Which they should be doing anyway for runners. Runners should be doing strength training for sure.
Yes, yes. They are always passing it, and they don't like, but they have to.
Yeah, yeah. Um, any other future areas for growth, for specifically for adaptive athletes, and specifically for CrossFit? Do you see any areas where the sport can get better?
I think in CrossFit they are doing very good. Also, they are paying attention to feedbacks too, because as I mentioned, we were saying like scaling is not adapting. Before a couple of years, they tried to scale instead of adapting, but this year they gave the same workout with the elites to us, and this shows that yes, we are starting again. However, in HYROX, as I mentioned before, the communication and the they should try to understand what what the competitors can do. Also, they have to encourage people to do. Okay, they shouldn't be saying like what you can't do, but how can you do. This is the way. This is opening the way that people to encouragement. This is the thing that I can add.
That's great. Um, so next piece, next couple questions I want to ask you because you've mentioned a couple times on your Instagram. I think it might be in your bio too. Is your mindset? How important it is to have a strong mind and resilience and one of the things that you had written down, I think, as a quote, is that you in particular, your mind is your superpower. Can you break that down for me? What that means?
Yes, actually, this sentence come into my mind like a couple of years ago. I was working for a company and they asked me to make a motivational speech about resilience, never give up, kinda. The real power comes from inside, and actually, throughout the time, I realized that when you stop worrying about distractions and excuses, and when you truly, understand that every choice you make, every path you take is your responsibility, everything changes. And being aware of why you behave the way you do and how your thoughts can shape your actions gives you the control. And once you understand that your behavior is a result of what you think, and you can start training your mind just like you train your body. And when your mind is strong, everything else follows. And that's why I believe that your mind is your real superpower.
I love that. I think that's so true. I think that's so true. If the mind is strong, you're not going to give up. You're going to keep
Yes,
going.
yes, yes, yes.
So, my next question is similar to that. In a race, obviously, everybody has these parts in most races where, or in competitions or in CrossFit, when things get really really hard, when things get dark in a race. Do you have any mantras or do you have anything that you tell yourself to help get you through it?
Yes, me to me talk. Yes, actually, I am saying like, girl, you did this many times, and this made you who you are right now. So if you are you a loser or you are gonna win this game again. This is
Love
my
that.
thought. Yes.
That's great. That's great. So you're just talking to yourself like, all right, let's get through this. Come on.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's awesome. As far as same thing on the mental piece, do you have any like for this next HYROX race you're doing in the summertime, or that you're planning on doing is do you have any like or maybe your past race that you just did, do you have any like mental routines or anything that you do like to get your mind ready for the competition, like maybe right before or the day before or anything like that?
Yes, actually, I am very excited person, and I am still not that calm area. So I am actually focusing on my breathing through the day, and also I'm listening meditational focusing music, and they really helps actually. And also when I go to competition, I stop making some expectations and actually it's increases the pressure, and so that mindset takes the pressure off and allows me to do my best. These two things very important to me.
Totally, totally. No, that's great. That's something I've heard from a lot of athletes. It's like you don't necessarily need to get like really hyped before a competition. You almost need to calm everything down a little bit.
Yes.
That's good.
Because I have many friends that because of the adrenaline, their heart rate really increases and they cannot control it. So they stop in the race and start to walk because of this increased heart rate.
That doesn't help.
Yes, yeah, of course, but at least they try.
They try.
Yes.
Um, no, another question that's kind of similar, just for competition in general, but every competition that you do, and this might be an obvious answer, but I'm curious to what you'll say for it. Do you view each competition as like you're competing against the person to the right of you, to the person to the left of you, or is it more about like I'm competing against myself, like what I can do for the competition?
Actually, always, I am always against myself because if I become the best version of me, then I will be unbeatable. So there's always me versus me.
That's great. Love that. I think a lot of people are in the same boat with that. It's
Yes,
like they want to be the best version of themselves. So that's cool.
yes. Also, it's hard to for race specific. In HYROX, you cannot observe the other people. In CrossFit, you can because you are seeing the line side by side. However, in HYROX, it's really hard. So you really have to focus on yourself.
Totally. Next few questions are about Turkey because I'm so interested. And it's 8 a.m. here right now. It's what it's is it 4 p.m. there?
Yes, around 4.
Around 4. Cool. So you already have had almost your full day. And
Yes.
I'm just waking up.
Yes.
All right. So I know we asked this question kind of a little bit already, but Hyrox is seeming to get bigger and bigger in Turkey. It's getting more popular.
Yes.
Um, and as far as like what you're doing, particularly as an athlete, have you noticed that your circle, like your friends, family, people you know, have they been very supportive of what you're doing with the High Rocks, or are they like, oh, what is this new event? Because it is newer just in general for everybody.
Yes. Yes. Very new. Actually, the sport has been absolutely amazing. Through the competitions, I met so many people, new athletes, fans, and some fitness enthusiasts. And the encouragement I received, while racing was incredible. And everything cheering me on, sharing tips, and they are celebrating small wins. It was amazing, and this is the way that community grows. So it made me happy.
That's super cool. And like you talked earlier, do you feel like it's gonna continue to get bigger and bigger in Turkey?
Really, yeah, it's gonna because even from my first HYROX, I could clearly see how big future is for HYROX and fitness community in Turkey. And at that event, I saw more athletes joining and new gym affiliates, you know, happening and people from completely different disciplines coming together, and energy and the passion support were really amazing, and we already have so many strong athletes who are representing Turkey both nationally and internationally, and seeing them perform show the potential we have as a country, and I truly believe that Turkey can make a big mark on international stage.
Very cool. Very cool. This is just a completely separate question, just my curiosity. What would be like if I were to go to Turkey? What's the best food? Like, where should I go? What's the best things to see?
Actually, you are going to you have to be on the European side because the historical images are there, and you have to see Dolmabahçe. Oh, okay. You have to eat baklava. The
Okay,
best,
love
yeah,
baklava.
baklava.
Yes,
Have you ever eaten?
yes, yes. Is it a lot of I know a lot of people in Greece also eat baklava too, right? Maybe it's different.
Yeah, yeah, we have a, I don't want to say war, but we have a war because it's ours. But there
Fair
are some
enough.
that
Fair
it's
enough.
ours.
Love that.
But actually, you can eat the real baklava in Turkey. I can say this.
Love that. Love that. All right, very cool.
If you
All right,
come to
so
Turkey, let me know. I can show you the places.
perfect. All right. All right, so last question I have for you, and this is kind of the same thing. It's a deep question, or it's a wide open question. But if you have someone, maybe someone who's an adaptive athlete, or maybe somebody just in Turkey, or anybody who might be listening, who's thinking about CrossFit, they're kind of, or sorry, they're thinking about HYROX. They're kind of like on the edge. They're like, oh, should I do a race? Should I not do a HYROX race? I don't know if I'm capable. I don't know if it's for me. What advice would you give them?
Actually, it's again like the your mind is your superpower because you should first stop drawing limits in your mind by asking yourself, "Can I do this? Am I enough?" Forget about the world that's capable and get out of your comfort zone and be brave to discover yourself and your potential because you shouldn't overthink it. You should just do it, just do the work, and the only way really know is you should try. You can't know without trying, and start where you are, take it step by step, and focus on giving your best, not comparing yourself with the anyone else, especially with the elite athletes. There are people doing this so much, and actually HYROX or any other sport, they are not about being perfect, but it is about pushing your limits and learning and growing and trusting yourself, committing. These are the important points, and I always say that once you start, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve, and you might even inspire other people to too. I always say to people that, and give it a go. Yeah, they can contact me via Instagram. Thank you.